There is something your dog does for you that they don't do for everyone else. Not for every person who feeds them. Not for every visitor who scratches behind their ears. Not even for every person they like. Just for the one human their nervous system has quietly chosen. And most owners feel it before they understand it. They notice the different greeting, the way their dog searches for them in a room, the way one look, one voice, or one hand reaching down seems to change the dog's entire body. But they explain it too simply. They call it habit. They call it affection. They call it loyalty. The truth is deeper than that. Dogs don't give their most meaningful behaviors to everyone. They reserve certain signals for the person who has become their safest place, their emotional anchor, and the center point of their world. Welcome to Kanune. Today, we're talking about 5 things dogs do only for their favorite human. And by the end of this video, you may realize your dog has been showing you these signs every single day. 1. They check for you before they relax. Watch your dog in a room full of people. They may greet others. They may accept attention, treats, or play. But every so often, something subtle happens. Their eyes find you. A quick glance across the room. A tiny pause before they settle down. Most people miss it because it looks too small to matter. But in canine behavior, that glance is incredibly important. It's called social referencing. Your dog is using you as an emotional guide to understand the environment around them. If you're calm, the room feels safer. If you're still there, everything feels manageable. That's why your dog may enjoy other people's company and still keep checking where you are. They're not asking permission. They're confirming the position of the person their brain trusts most. That little glance is your dog saying, as long as I can find you, I can relax. 2. They give you the full-body greeting. There's a big difference between a dog who's happy to see someone and a dog whose entire body changes because you walked through the door. With most people, there may be a wagging tail, some excitement, maybe a happy bark. But with their favorite human, the greeting often becomes impossible to contain. The tail starts wagging so hard it moves the hips. The body curves toward you. Some dogs spin, some bounce. Some turn into one giant wiggle from nose to tail. And here's what's fascinating. That reaction isn't just excitement, it's relief. When you leave, your dog's world doesn't stop. But something important is missing. The person who helps regulate their sense of safety is gone. So when you come back, their nervous system releases that tension all at once. The full-body greeting isn't your dog performing happiness. It's your dog showing you what relief looks like. 3. They bring you their vulnerability. A dog can bring a toy to almost anyone. They can ask strangers for attention. They can sit beside people they barely know. But there are certain vulnerable moments they save for the person they trust most. They fall deeply asleep beside you. They turn their back toward you. They press their body against yours and ask for nothing. They let out a long sigh and allow their muscles to completely soften. These moments don't look dramatic. That's exactly why they matter. In the animal world, vulnerability is expensive. Deep sleep is a risk. Turning your back is a risk. Letting your guard down is a risk. Every survival instinct inside your dog understands that. So when they choose to be defenseless around you, they're making a powerful statement. They're saying, I don't need to protect myself here. That's one of the clearest signs of favorite human attachment. Not the loud moments, the quiet ones. The dog curled beside you, the head resting on your foot, the deep sigh after a long day. That's trust becoming physical. 4. They study your movements before you make them. If you're your dog's favorite person, you've probably noticed something strange. They often seem to know what you're about to do before you've done it. You shift slightly on the couch. They lift their head. You reach for a certain pair of shoes. They're already at the door. You stand up in a particular way. They somehow know what's coming next. It almost feels like mind reading, but it's not magic. It's attention. Dogs are incredible observers of human behavior. Over time, they learn tiny patterns that happen before important events. The way you move before a walk, the way you reach for the leash, the way you prepare dinner, the way you get ready for bed. But they don't study everyone with the same intensity. They study the person who matters most. Because understanding that person's routines helps them feel safe. Your movements become information. Your habits become predictions. Your routine becomes part of their world. While you're simply living your life, your dog is quietly becoming an expert on you. 5. They choose you when they're uncertain. This may be the strongest sign of all. When something unexpected happens, watch where your dog looks. Maybe they hear a strange noise outside. Maybe a visitor walks through the door. Maybe they notice an unfamiliar object. Many dogs will look at the thing first. That's instinct. But a deeply bonded dog often does something else. They look back at you. They're asking a silent question. Are we okay? And your reaction becomes information. If you stay calm, they start to calm down. If you move confidently, they become more confident. If your voice stays relaxed, their nervous system begins to settle. This isn't because they think you're perfect. It's because you've built trust over time. Every safe walk, every comforting moment, every situation where they felt uncertain and you helped them through it. Their brain remembers, and eventually, they learn that your judgment can be trusted. That's why being your dog's favorite human isn't really about who gives the most treats. It's not about who has the sweetest voice. The foundation is safety repeated so many times that it becomes belief. Your dog chooses their favorite person through thousands of ordinary moments. The way you come home, the way you touch them, the way you stay predictable, the way your presence makes difficult things easier to face. And once they've chosen you, it shows up everywhere. In the glance across the room, in the full-body greeting, in the deep sleep beside you, in the way they study your smallest movements, and in the way they look for your face when the world feels uncertain. None of those things are random. They're evidence of a bond your dog has been showing you every day in the only language they have. So the next time your dog looks back to find you, presses against your leg, follows a movement you didn't even realize you made, or settles beside you with that long, heavy sigh, don't brush it off as ordinary. To your dog, it isn't ordinary at all. It's the way they say, "Out of everyone, I choose you." And if you're the person your dog has chosen, that's one of the quietest and most meaningful compliments an animal can give. If this video made you think about your own dog, make sure you subscribe to Kanuni for more insights into the hidden emotional world of dogs. And tell us in the comments, what does your dog do that makes you feel chosen? Because the more we understand our dogs, the better we become for them.